Update right before you head out or go to work or before you go to sleep. We'll drop another video too, but I think I'm gonna just wait until tomorrow on that and we'll get that rolling. But update on Tory Lanez. Shock update in Tory Lanez health after he was stabbed 14 times in jail. Tory Lanez is recovering well and has been transferred back to prison days after a shock attack that left him in critical condition. The musician, 32, suffered severe injuries after he was stabbed 14 times in a Tehachapi-based California correctional institution early Monday. Now, insiders have confirmed his condition has stabilized to the point he is capable of talking and breathing without assistance. Although he was previously at a medical center in Bakersfield, California, he has now been moved back to the prison, hospital sources informed TMZ. Meanwhile, prison officials described the rapper who is behind bars for his 2020 shooting of his ex, Megan Thee Stallion, as being in fair condition. The update comes after the inmate who allegedly stabbed Tory Lanez was identified as a man serving a life sentence for a murder charge. The man who is allegedly responsible, Santiago Castillo, 42, has currently been put in restricted housing while an investigation takes place, according to TMZ. Castillo received a life sentence with the possibility of parole for second-degree murder, first-degree attempted murder, personal use of a dangerous or deadly weapon, and inflicting great bodily injury. Castillo had reportedly been involved in another violent incident during his time in prison before the alleged stabbing of Tory Lanez, who is currently serving a 10-year sentence after shooting Megan Thee Stallion in the feet nearly 5 years ago. The California Department of Corrections and Rehabilitation disclosed that Castillo was sentenced to 6 years after he assaulted a prisoner with a deadly weapon or force likely to cause great bodily injury. He also reportedly received a 2-year sentence for possessing or manufacturing a deadly weapon. He has been in prison in Los Angeles County since February 2004. Castillo's mugshot from 2022 portrays a bald man with prominent tattoos on his neck and one on his cheek. On Monday afternoon, Tory's team revealed that he had been stabbed via a statement on Instagram, which literally doesn't make sense. Part of it doesn't, but it says this. Tory was stabbed 14 times, including 7 wounds to his back, 4 to his torso, 2 to the back of his head, and 1 to the left side of his face. The statement said, Lanez is now breathing on his own after both of his lungs collapsed and he was placed on a breathing apparatus, his team said. Reps for Lanez said that despite being in pain, he is talking normally in good spirits, which is impossible, but whatever. And deeply thankful to God that he is pulling through. He also wants to thank everyone for their continued prayers and support. Lanez was attacked at a housing unit at around 7:20 a.m. The California Department of Corrections and Rehabilitation confirmed with dailymail.com. So, yeah. They just basically going through all of this crap again. I want to scroll up real quick to see if TMZ had anything more to say before we continue this. So it says Tory Lanez bounced back big time after brutal prison stabbing. Tory Lanez is on the mend and feeling much better after getting stabbed 14 times in the California State Prison, TMZ has learned. Sources with direct knowledge tell TMZ the rapper was transferred back to the prison hospital within the last few days after getting treatment at a medical facility in the Bakersfield, California area. We're told Tory's condition is stabilized and he's now breathing on his own and able to talk. Prison officials say Tory is currently in fair condition. This is terrific news for Tory, who was in critical condition after Monday's attack allegedly at the hands of fellow inmate Santiago Castillo at California Correctional Institution in Tehachapi. Prison officials say Castillo stabbed Tory all over his body 7 times in the back, 4 times in the torso, 3 times in the head and face. Tory Kemp said he was placed on a breathing apparatus after his lungs collapsed earlier in the week. TMZ. Earlier in the week, Tory's attorney, Jose Baez, told TMZ he's upbeat, he's in good spirits, he is recovering. He is a strong young man. He is expected to make a recovery. As you know, Tory was convicted. We don't really care about all that crap. We don't really care about that. So, regarding the Tory attack, Castillo was placed in restricted housing pending the outcome of an investigation by prison officials. No charges have been filed yet. It's insane. Now, there was a story that came out, and I ain't gonna hold you. Regardless of what y'all may think, I think of Tory Lanez. Yeah, hell nah. If this happened, check this out.
Prepaid call from
Ephraim Byers.
an incarcerated individual at the California Correctional Institution, Tehachapi, California. This call and your telephone number will be monitored and recorded. You have a prepaid call. You will not be charged for this call. To accept this call, say or dial 5 now. Thank you for using Global Tel Link.
All right, you hear me? So look, this is what really happened, right? So basically, we wake up early in the morning, right? For tail line down, my door opens, right? And I walked out, and the homie's right there standing there, and he calls me over, and he's like, Savage, come here. And I'm like, what's up? And he's like, bro, I'm about to get this. And I was like, who? He's like, Tory. I was like, for what? And he's like, this what he's on top. And I already told him, I don't play like that, bro. I'm going to get you if you don't talk. So then I was like, all right, don't trip. I'm right here. So then all of a sudden, that fool's door opens, that fool comes out, and then that fool runs up on him, and that fool starts stabbing that fool. But you can just tell that fool got his lungs punctured because when he was laying on the ground, he's right there yelling, help, please, stop, help. And you can just hear him breathing like, you see him popping up blood and some more. But it's just crazy, all these little stories going around that aren't even true, talking about there's going to be retaliation and some more shit, because if there was retaliation, it would have happened right there, you know what I'm saying? One of the black did try to hop up, and I told him, bro, you better sit down, bro, because if you hop up and get involved, you all know all the messages that are going to jump, and it's going to be bad for you, bro. And you don't owe no money. How does a millionaire owe money in prison? That's you know what I'm saying? And there was no visits that day, so how the fuck is there going to be some shit visit? I mean, I don't know if that shit really happened, but I know that day, the homie didn't tell me nothing about this boy talking to my picture. He got in my shit visits, none of that. You know what I'm saying? But that's what really happened. You feel me? I was right there. I'm a porter. I had to clean up his blood right there, mopping up all that fool's blood. I thought that fool died, but I guess not. But it's just crazy, all the little crazy stories that are going around that aren't even true. But that's really what happened from someone that was right there, seeing the whole watched it happen. You know what I'm saying? But yeah.
All right, man. The blacks supposed to get it cracking, bro. Blacks got to go get it cracking. They got to go do their thing. That right there cannot exist. That type of timing, that type of BS cannot exist. So one of the things that was said to me 2 days ago, because I heard the story, I just was like, all right, and I heard it from a couple of people. Reputable individuals, but I'm thinking to myself, yeah, whatever. They said basically this, man, Tory Lanez was disrespectful to dude, so in that instance, he on his own with that one. You can't do that. In my case, I'm like this. Tory done fed a lot of you niggas. A lot of you cats is broke. A lot of you cats ain't got no family. A lot of you cats ain't got no money. A lot of you cats running around here fed now because Tory Lanez had compassion for you busters. So to me, that's how I'm seeing it as. And I could be wrong. You know what I mean? I done been to juvie. I done been to jail. I ain't never been to prison. I ain't never going. Don't have any desire to want to go. Don't care about proving myself to nobody to go to prison. So I ain't really tripping on that. Shout out to 16 the Life, DA Life, because I took the audio from him, but he has a whole entire video. Y'all should go check out, man. Put a pair of eyes, 2 pair of eyes, or just tell him Seti Nash sent you, and then do it that way. Because I did see that he put me in a hashtag or tagged me in one of his videos he did like a couple days ago or something like that. I'm like this though. The phrase that stuck out to me the most is when he said, I told the black, we talking about the essay, I told the black to sit down before we do this and do that. And hey, bro, listen, homie, I'm thugging. That right there, we getting it cracking right then and there. That's just me. So that is what it is. Some people gonna be on here and like, yeah, you say that because you on the outside. Sure did, and that's what I said. What you want me to do? But yeah, man, in my opinion, bro, I believe Tory Lanez probably looked out for a couple of people, but if protocol was broken by Tory Lanez, and I ain't gonna hold you, you kind of suffer those consequences, man. But as far as I'm concerned, they gotta turn up for Tory, regardless of anything, bro, because the perception now is that y'all some hoes, that the essays is punking y'all, and I know that ain't true. So, shit, it is what it is on that part. Now, am I preaching everybody should go out there and die about it and all that? Yay and nay. I can say yay because at the same time, y'all on the 50-50 yard, from what I understand, this is from prison channels. Y'all go question the prison channels putting the stuff out. Don't get mad at us who ain't been in prison for basically repeating the stuff that y'all putting out. You got a bunch of LGBT cats that's on there. You got a bunch of dropouts, meaning people who are part of a gang and dropped out of a gang. You got a bunch of snitches. You got a bunch of whole things that have broken the law and will not be respected on that main line, on that general pop. So they'll basically get something done to them. But then there are those who are thugging. All them niggas who were in the pictures with Tory Lanez and stuff like that, where he like this, feeling like he one of y'all, on me. Bruh, when I get healed and repaired and everything like that, bruh, hey, we need to go spin back. If I'm Tory, shit, it is what it is after that one, man. But that's just me. Y'all tell me what y'all thoughts on this. I know y'all probably was going to be like, yeah, Seti Nash said he deserved it. No, bruh, I don't. I don't. Even though I believe he shot her in the foot, and y'all can check out the video, I don't believe that man should have been, you know what I'm saying? Even if I'm on some eye for an eye BS, bro should have got stabbed in his foot then, bare minimum. But yeah, y'all donating to that weirdo and everything like that, bro. And the fact that they said he had a girl. Now the story switched to, man, you know, Tory was over there antagonizing him and all this stuff and everything like that. Bruh, listen, anybody with any charges like that, man, I don't even know why you even talking to him. More than likely, Tory didn't know. But from what I understand, man, as far as the pen go, you stick to your own race and you ride up under your car. That's what that is. Now, if you got an SA that's banging, you know, a gang that's black, he ain't even functioning with the SAs. He got a program with the blacks. The same thing about blacks are part of Mexican gangs. I know a lot of them is Osos. But yeah, either way it go, yeah, it is what it is. You got to respect them prison rules. And if Tory disrespected prison rules, and I got people saying, well, shit, hey, it wasn't because he shouldn't have did that. I get all that, but the man in me, I can't go for that shit.